Hey guys, welcome to an early morning edition of How to in a Few. It's currently about 6 o'clock in the morning. The reason why I'm up on a day that I don't have to be this early is that it was a little bit warm in here. And I got up to find out that the battery on the thermostat's starting to go dead, so it wasn't quite cycling the way it was supposed to be. But that's okay, because as you can tell, we've been doing some remodeling, actually flood recovery repairs, and I already anticipated that we were going to upgrade to a smart thermostat. Now this particular one is the Nest. It's the Nest E, so it's about $100 cheaper than the typical Nest that you see advertised that runs around $250. This one was about $130 or so. It has basically all the features of the more expensive one. It just has a plastic rim instead of metal. And there's a couple of other features like showing you the current weather on the screen, which I'm not really going to need. I just need it to control the air conditioning. Now it is a true smart device, so not only does it hook up to the internet like you'd expect, it actually learns your patterns. It monitors the position of your cell phone, so it knows when nobody's home. If everybody leaves, then it changes its behavior, sets the temperature up or down in the winter to save you money. And then presumably as you return, it returns the climate in the house to the acceptable range or whatever that you specify. Now it's not going to let the house become 100 degrees while you're away. You can specify certain ranges, but it's intelligent about how it goes about setting the temperature in your house to save you the most money. And then if you're still not satisfied with it, you can just program it to whatever pattern that you like based on the clock, or even control it directly from your cell phone on your way home to and from work or wherever it is that you might be heading. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box. Alright, we open the box, we see the thermostat, and presumably there's some kind of mounting plate. Alright, so there's essentially three components. A wall backing plate to cover the spot left by your previous thermostat. We won't be needing this because we actually painted the wall. And then there is the mounting panel. There's some codes here. That's going to be your wire connections, and we'll take a picture of the old thermostat and the arrangement there based on the color codes of the wires, and we'll match it up exactly the same way when we install this one and then the actual thermostat. It would have been nice to have a few screws to mount the thermostat, but looks like we'll have to provide that ourselves. And there's a nice warning here to make sure to turn off the power before you do the install, which we will go ahead and do. Notice there's a level on here, so that's interesting. I'm going to read through the instructions real quick, but presumably the base has to be mounted level for the unit to work right. Alright, we're back at the old thermostat. I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the backing plate. And I'll show you the front a little more. This was a touchscreen device, also programmable, so not exactly a non-functional thermostat. It was pretty nifty, but it was not what's being called a smart thermostat. Now also, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture using my cell phone of the current configuration of wiring, so that I don't forget. But I'm hoping that I won't forget my connections, because if we look, we have the red going to the R, we have the green going to G, yellow going to Y1, and then the other wire is the white going to W1. So this should be fairly easy to keep track of. I will need a small screwdriver to undo these connections. Each one of these is tightened in, so I will return with that. Alright, in the meantime, I've also turned off the breaker. That is tightened down awfully tight. Alright, all those were easy. This is the one that's giving me problems. Man, that one was tight. Now we're going to kind of imagine that these are all still live and not let them touch, even though we turned everything off, just to be safe. Alright, our next step we will go ahead and mount our thermostat. I'm just going to use a couple of drywall screws right now. This wall is actually going to be painted again. So we will, that looks level. We'll presumably be taking this off at some point to repaint this wall. And at that point, we'll go ahead and use some anchors, although that's pretty tight. Alright, looks like red, green, and yellow. We're going to go this side. And then the white is going to go to this side. We'll start with white. There's a little tab on the end here that I'm holding down and then sliding the wire in. Tell you what, can you believe how close we are to finished? Alright, well, I assumed that the Nest device required a battery. There does seem to be a USB, micro USB port. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Nothing, which is what we expected. Let me go ahead and turn the breakers on. Alright, I was going to be very disappointed if I came back and there was nothing on. Alright, according to the instructions, the next part is to hook it up to our Wi-Fi. But let's just watch and see if something happens. I'm also, in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm going to download the Nest app. Which looks like this currently. I install that on my phone. That's not the right thing. There we go. It's downloading. And we can see now that we're starting to get a prompt. I'm not sure what I guess this is touchscreen. Language, internet connection. Connect to the internet. Connect. Alright, we've got several choices here. So it is not touchscreen, but selections can be chosen by rotating this. We're going to go with our 5G network. That's interesting. So I'm going to exclude you from this for a second while I put in the password. But it works the same way apparently. You select the letter and then press the check button. I'll be right back. Alright, password's entered and it is connecting to the internet. Maybe. Thermostat is online. Alright, now it wants to know my location. That's probably good enough. This is a single family home. Thermostat is, it's in a hallway. Are you a Nest Pro? I am a homeowner. I wouldn't call myself a Nest Pro. Alright, well, I'm gonna presume that's right. Fuel source for heating is electric. Forced air, inflow rating, forced air. Temperature, should Nest begin by heating or cooling? We're going to want some cooling. Choose your eco temperatures. Okay, so it's very high and very low. We're going to go ahead and leave that off for now. Test now. Alright, AC did come on. Might take a few minutes to cool down, but we'll say done. Alright, well, didn't want to do all this. Alright, there is a built-in delay so that you can't rapidly change from one setting to the next, and I do not want to force that situation, so I'm going to go ahead and wait until the unit has completely turned off before I test the heat. I don't want to test anything else. Alright, the app. Yes. Alright, now we're going to add a thermostat. Oh, there's a QR code. Alright, we are going to select the thermostat. It's a Nest E. It's already installed. Now we're connecting. Auto schedule or start with a basic one. Alright, setup's done. It may take a few minutes to show the correct temperature. We put it to auto learn our habits, and I can tell you right now that's going to be too warm for right now. If it's telling me that it's going to be 72 in here in 1 hour and 15 minutes, it doesn't know how our air conditions work down here in the south. Alright, so there we go. Presumably it's working even though the screen is blank right now. So hopefully that video helped you if you're in the process of maybe trying to convert your house to be a more smart home. I have more episodes coming with some integrated night light outlets for certain areas. Not really smart in the sense of internet smart, but smart in the sense of while we're doing some repairs to swap those out. I also have a video coming on three smart outlets. I've had some issues there of getting those outlet switches to fit into the pre-existing boxes, so that I have to swap those boxes out, so that video is taking a little bit longer. And then we'll add maybe some cameras, maybe a video doorbell at some point in the future. It's kind of a slow process. We are on the Google Assistance system. That's just because I'm a Google fan, but these devices all work with Alexis and the Next Hub, maybe even Siri. Actually, I don't think this works with Siri, but maybe it does or will in the future. Google Assistant just happens to be my preferred format because we're all on Android phones and tablets here. So Alright, okay. Well, seems to be working. I do feel the air conditioning cooling. So, according to this, in an hour and 25 minutes, it'll be 72 degrees. I'm sure it's not going to take quite that long. So, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Hopefully that helped you. Thanks for watching this far, and I will see you next time.